getting into JT's return, I mean, for me, and I wrote about this after watching him field questions from Vancouver media. It was so fascinating for me to see him in this sort of setting because ever since he was named captain and ever since really he's rejoined the Rangers, he's just been so steadfast in everything he says and everything he does. He's a force of nature in so many different ways, both on the ice and off the ice, truly. But you could see how conflicted he was ahead of this anticipated return and knowing that the emotions were coming, already feeling the emotions. He said just touching down on the tarmac, he was feeling some type of way about being back in Vancouver. So he was really grappling with what a big night it was for him and his family, but also his responsibilities as Rangers captain to not cause any distractions and want the team to be focused. So it was like the two sides
Yeah.
of this coin were going back and forth during this scrum. And it was really fascinating to see that for me. And I thought he handled it so well. He was raw and honest as he always is and as he has been since he joined the Rangers again. But yeah, I also spoke with him earlier in the season, and we naturally kind of touched on his time in Vancouver. And I really feel like he has learned so much and has matured so much, especially since his first time in New York. And he told me that Vancouver is really where he put it all together as an NHLer and like
Sure.
thought to himself, I want to learn from all my mistakes and I want to get it right this time. And he said that the opportunity he got there in Vancouver playing in all situations is one that you dream about your whole career. So you could really tell how much it meant to him. And you said you were going back and forth with him after the game. What did he have to say?
Well, I just congratulated him because I know, like you said, he was an emerging player, a useful, very good player in New York. He went to Tampa and they were sort of loaded up front. He was playing on the fourth line,
Yep.
getting 45 points a year, which is like, I always was proud of the production that I could get out of those minutes when I would get 25 points in a season, or if I could get, 15 goals. It was just, that was the role. So if you could squeeze something out of it, and he was doing obviously because his ceiling and where he is from a talent standpoint is so high. So he goes and makes himself not just a complete player, but a superstar. He was a
Mm.
superstar, 99 point
Yep.
season, over 100-point season, and a big, big part of like what Team USA is going to be doing. And I think his personality, everybody has different personality traits, and his personality is perfectly suited as a leader of men in a sport like hockey in the NHL.
Hmm.
It's not golf, it's not where, kids are there and microphones. You go into the arena, the door shuts, there's glass on the door that goes up so you can keep things in and you can keep things
Yep.
out. And there's a reason for it. It's a violent, abrasive, emotionally charged up game. I would want that as much as you can because the issues I ran into throughout the course of a season were games where I couldn't bring that, where I didn't
Right.
have a short wick, where I didn't have a quick fuse, and I couldn't get emotionally invested. It's not for everybody, and I think I might have told this story before, but Rick Bowness was our coach in Tampa, and he sat down, and I was sitting next to Victor Hedman, and he sat down next to Victor, and he pointed at him and said, "Listen, you can't get mad. You need to let things go and just play your game because when you get mad, it's not your best performance." And then he
Hmm.
looked at me and he
Not
said,
you.
"You make sure you get mad because you play better when you're mad. Victor, you don't." And then Victor started getting mad. He's like, "Well, how come I can't get mad?" I'm like, just don't get Victor. He's making a joke. He doesn't really care about me. He's a D coach and you're a Norris D man.
Yeah.
Like, but that it was so funny because like some guys, yeah, you can rattle them and it
Yeah.
changes the way they play. And for me, I needed it and he needs it
Yeah.
too. And a lot of guys do, but when there's too much of one thing on a team, it could go a number of different ways, but usually it's not great. You need those different personalities. I think just him being here, I look at big picture things. I look at what Mika's been doing this year, and that's probably coming from Mika, but I don't think JT
Hmm.
hurts it at all. He's been playing really, really well. he could easily have 8 or 9 goals. He's
Yeah.
skating really well. He's competing, and defensively last night he put on a clinic. So I like the really important guys on this team, what they were doing, particularly last night. It's a really good sign.